Hey guys, so before we start the intro to this video, I just want to say if you could, please watch this all the way through so you understand everything. The article that I read in the video is a little bit longer. The full video is about 10 minutes. But if you could just watch all the way through, you'll understand everything that they're doing Air Force-wide for Lackland. And it's not just dormitory stuff, it's everything in general for all the facilities. So you want to know what's really going on up there, give the video a watch all the way through so you understand everything that's going on. Appreciate all your guys' support. Have a great day. What's going on, guys? Tanner back here bringing you another video. What I got for you guys today is we're going to be talking about how they are redoing the dorms at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas for the basic training recruits that show up to basic training. Before we get into that, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who has been subscribing on the channel. These last couple of days have been nuts. Both videos broke 1,000 views in the first day. We just hit 4,400 subscribers on the channel. So if you are new, please hit the subscribe button right now. Leave a comment saying that you are new so I can welcome you to this awesome family. Leave a like on the video before we get going as well. It really helps out the channel and I really appreciate all of the support. Without further ado, let's get right into today's video. So I was scrolling through the internet and I found an article talking about how they're redoing the dorms at Lackland. And the headline really sparked my interest because it's one of those, clickbait kind of thumbnails. And it says, how social distancing helped the Air Force fix Lackland's dorms. And I thought, how would social distancing fix that? And so I was like, I gotta click the article. So this was written on September 21st, so 5 days ago. I'm gonna read the article with you guys. We're gonna talk a little bit about it and get into the details on what's really happening at Lackland. So, a tent city erected at Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas on April 28th not only gave Air Education and Training Command swing space to ensure its basic military training recruits and tech school students heeded COVID-19 era social distancing mandates, but it also gave the command a chance to make much needed dorm repairs. AETC boss Lieutenant General Marshall B. Brad Webb said September 16th. So, during this whole time that they were having you guys in the tents and all of that kind of stuff, and they still, I believe, have some people in tents, I'm not 100% sure, but this gave them time to make the necessary upgrades in the older dorms and stuff like that, and even stuff that may be wrong in the newer dorms. It gave them a lot of time and a lot of, ability to go in there and work all day without having, recruits coming in and out, trainees coming in and out, and, getting injured and things like that if they're messing around while things are getting fixed in the dorms. So far, so good. Sounds nice. The system, which is slated to deactivate on October 1st, is a loan from Air Force Material Command and staffed by airmen from the base's 433rd Airlift Wing and Texas Air National Guard's 149th Fighter Wing. So this is a loan that they're giving to the Air Force from these other commands. Okay, so it's all on loan. It says, that tent city gave us a lot of flexibility. Webb said during a panel on USAF talent management that was held as part of the AFA's virtual airspace and cyber conference. It also gave us the opportunity to take down dorms kind of one at a time and get some phased maintenance, if you will, accomplished on those, and it's gotten us on a really, really strong footing. So, they were going in one at a time, figuring out what was wrong with dorms. Maybe, one of the toilets was broken or a sink was broken or, the water fountain in there to fill up your canteen was broken or there was, a mold issue or there was something wrong with it. They were able to go through one by one and knock them out while everyone was in the tents for these 2-week periods. So far, everything, I like that they actually took the initiative and finally took the time to do this because a lot of these dorms really needed that extra boost and buff because a lot of them are really, really old dorms. So hopefully they are planning on making new dorms altogether and there's not just going to be Disneyland and Alcatraz. Everything's going to be together. Brigadier General Caroline M. Miller, commander of Joint Base San Antonio and the 502nd Air Base Wing, said these improvements were a joint effort between the 502nd Air Base Wing and the 37th Training Wing. The 502nd Air Base Wing secured a BEAR, or Basic Expeditionary Airfield Resource, base kit that delivered a capability to the installation to continue training airmen in the event of a catastrophic infrastructure failure to one of AETC's weapon system platforms, i.e. training dormitories. So Airbase secured a Basic Expeditionary Airfield Resource kit that allowed them to still train even though there's stuff going on in the world like COVID. She said in a September 18th statement to Air Force Magazine, recognizing the critical vulnerability and capitalizing on the opportunity Tent City provided, we coordinated a plan with the 37th Training Wing providing engineers from the 502nd Civil Engineer Squadron with a safe, controlled environment with minimal impact to the training mission. So they were able to do all this stuff without making any sort of impact on the way BMT was being ran with Tent City. They didn't have to worry about, any things getting delayed, anyone, not being able to graduate on time. They were still able to do this and make it to where when new recruits and new trainees come in the future, everything's going to be perfectly okay. Since May 1st, these engineers have performed critical maintenance on 11 buildings at Lackland, including recruit housing and training, airmen training complexes, and dining/classroom facilities, finished over 2,500 work orders, and resolved a maintenance backlog, she said. Now, if you want to know something about the way work orders work in the Air Force, you're going to put in a work order and you're not going to get that thing fixed most likely unless it's endangering people for months. We had a urinal in our bathroom at our shop that is still with the work order on it. They came out, they fixed it after about 6 months. It broke again, and it's been broken again for another 8. No one's come out to fix it. No, they don't plan on fixing it. They just have caution tape over it and a sign that says do not use. So the fact that they were able to bust out 2,500 work orders and resolve the maintenance backlog, that's really good. I mean, the buildings that they covered, the dorms, the training facilities, the DFACs, the classrooms, they covered pretty much everything that you would need to update. So it sounds like everything's going to be really high speed in these coming months for people who are going to basic. This is similar to the phased maintenance completed on aircraft to ensure their sustainment and operational readiness, Miller added. Lackland's dorms demand the same kind of careful and consistent attention that United States Air Force's aircrafts are given, said 37th Training Wing Commander Colonel Rocky K. Wilson. So they're kind of putting the importance of, hey, everything that requires mission importance is going to be taken care of from now on. So aircrafts, high priority mission stuff, they need to be taken care of. Can't have broken aircrafts. Dorms and training, all the training stuff, it needs to be up to date. It can't be busted. Nothing can be broken. They want it all fixed. And it's nice that they're actually taking all this stuff into consideration, because when I went through, there were, a couple water fountains in our stuff that were broken. There were a couple toilets that were broken, and it's not that big of a deal, because we're in the newer dorms, so there was still plenty of, toilets and showers to use, but there was a lot of stuff in there that was broken, and they have the work order dates on them, and they were a year old. So they know that things are broken, they just haven't gotten around to fixing them. AETC's training dormitories are a unique asset that require proper sustainment to produce the airmen we need, he said in a September 18th statement to Air Force Magazine. Since these facilities are foundational to developing airmen, they need to be sustained like a weapons system. While the combination of these buildings' ages, the constant nature of AETC's training mission, and the pandemic environment have made this crucial upkeep challenging, Wilson said. The wing and its joint base partners have risen to the challenge. For the BMT specifically, much of this has to do with enabling access in conjunction with periods where our trainees are dislocated for readiness training and during non-accession periods to allow our military training instructors to reconstitute themselves and their families, he said. The evolution of this process synergizes both the resilience of our training facilities with the readiness and resilience of our airmen. So he's just talking about basically everything's going to be, in good shape. MTIs don't have to worry about things being busted. They don't have to worry about, not being able to get their flight where they need to go. In addition to those recent fixes, Wilson also noted that 2 new dorms currently under construction at the base are slated to be finished by 2023. So in 3 years, there's not going to be those old dorms that people get stuck in anymore. There's going to be dormitories that are brand new for everyone. Everyone. No one's going to be in an old dorm. 2 others should be tentatively constructed by 2026. So by 2026, there's going to be 4 total new buildings, which makes sense because there's about 3 to 4 floors in each one with tons of dorms per floor. And, you have to do all the plumbing, the electrical in there. You have to get all the beds, the wall lockers, everything in there has to be completed. So 2026, 4 new buildings. They could probably be done faster, but it's Air Force time, so it's going to be a little slower. These projects will effectively mark the complete recapitalization of the legacy training facilities for the basic military training, he said. In an April interview with the Air Force Magazine, then Air Force Chief of Staff General David L. Goldfein cited AETC's employment of the tent city system as an example of the command's creative approach to tackling the coronavirus challenge. So basically what is happening here is within 2026, in the next well, we're almost to 2021. So in the next 5 years, you're going to see 4 new buildings put into place. Within the next 3 years, 2.5, 3 years, there's going to be 2 new buildings. So they're basically trying to tear down the very old dorms and implement all new dorms, so no airman is going to be like, oh, I went through and we were in those crappy old dorms. Everyone's going to be in up-to-date facilities. And I know a lot of people who are not Air Force are going to give this video a lot of flack, or this idea a lot of flack, because we always have really nice stuff. And we put a lot of the Air Force puts a lot of pride into making sure that the people who are there have the best living capabilities possible. You're going to have nice dorms, you're going to have nice equipment, you're going to have nice everything pretty much. And to be in an environment, there's plenty of studies out there that state if you're in a crappy environment, it's a lot harder to work. It's a lot harder to, get stuff done and learn stuff when you're going to bed in a crappy dorm and there's like 3 showers for 50 people and stuff. So having everything be smooth makes everything better in the long run. And it's cool to see that they're, fulfilling this, and they actually have plans sought out and they're releasing them to the public so that way they can be held accountable. Now with my, experience in the Air Force, a lot of buildings who say that they have dates on them usually don't get finished on time, so hopefully they stay on track with these buildings. It'd be very nice if they were able to get them done earlier for people, but people who are going into, their freshman year right now of high school and they plan on enlisting, by the time they get there, they're going to be in brand new dorms. Everyone's going to have brand new dorms, and I think it's awesome that they're taking accountability and making sure that, there's the best training environment possible when you get to Lackland. So that's going to do it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, like I said earlier, please smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new if you haven't already. Turn on the post notification bell to know when we post another video. We're going to be posting pretty much every day. I had a family emergency yesterday, so I was not able to post. But we're rolling with the punches. Leave a comment of what you want to see next on the channel. I can always use you guys' help with coming up with video ideas. It really does help make my life easier. And yeah, so if you did enjoy, like I said, do all those things, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. I love you all. Stay safe and have a great day.
I got a feeling you niggas don't like me. I'm talking vacation, this shit can get pricey. They know I'm the greatest, my nigga, that's Psyche. I do it, just do it like Nike. Needed some help, she started twerking. She said that it's mine if I go put the work in. I secured the bag and I bought her a Birkin. No, I can't swim, so I drown in the ocean. This is the mask, I'm doing the most. They praying I fall.